There's a reason why large animation studios don't want you to succeed as an independent animator, because if you do, you prove that they are not needed. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specific aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now today I am going to cover a very controversial topic, and that is that you as an animator, do you need to get a job at a large animation studio? Are those days over? Can you work as an independent animator? And I truly believe more than ever that you can be more successful working for yourself, creating your own animations, than to work for a large animation studio. And we're going to dive into that today. So, just a quick note, all my notes are beside me. So, if I look this way, please forgive me. But we've been told that to make a great animation, you need the backing of a large animation studio. That is what we've been told in the past. And yes, in a sense, if you need a lot of money and you don't have it, obviously you're going to need financial support, and that's where large animation studios come in. But the question is, will large animation studios fund your project, or will they fund their own projects? So that is something that we also need to think about. Now, brief highlights the traditional way in the past when it comes to animation is you need to go to an animation school for 4 years and study animation. Well, that is, if you've watched a video of mine, I think that I released 2 weeks ago, I will put a link right up here if you want to go check it out. I actually show that it is not really necessary, especially if you want to become an independent animator, that you go to animation school. There is a method that you can apply and you can learn yourself and you can still be successful. So the first thing, you need to go to animation school for 4 years. That isn't even necessary anymore. Then you need to climb the studio ladder. Now, that is not, yes, you can work at an animation studio and try to climb that corporate ladder, but it's not guaranteed. You can start as an intern, but there's no guarantees that you will actually reach the top. So, yes, you can go that route, but again, like I say, there's no guarantees. And then you're going to work on other people's projects, telling other people's stories. And I've actually watched a video. It is from Aaron Blaise, who worked at Disney, and he said he worked on one movie for 6 years. And in the beginning, he really enjoyed it, but after a while, he became bored. It felt like the same thing every day. And he really got bored working at Disney for 6 years on that. I think he said it was Brother Bear. And I can imagine that it will be boring. He was looking for new challenges, and more on Aaron Blaise a little bit later. So that is basically that old way of how animation worked in the past. You have to go to animation school, you have to climb the corporate ladder, and you need to tell other people's stories. Those days really are gone. And if we look at today, we have software. Animation software is available on the market for everyone, and there's very good animation softwares out there. Then you have YouTube and other platforms that you can showcase your work and you can monetize your work and you can earn an income on your own stuff and you can tell your own stories. And you own the intellectual property of the characters and the story, and you can actually grow it yourself and you earn all the income. You're not giving it, or the studio isn't taking it and paying you a small salary. You have film festivals that you can submit your work to, and get more exposure worldwide. And then there's crowdfunding. You can use crowdfunding to fund your own projects as well. So we live in a new world where it is much more easier to be an independent animator than ever before. Now, the question is, can it be done? And the only way to answer this question is if we look at um, proven cases, people who have done it. Now, I've mentioned Aaron Blaze. He worked on The Lion King. He worked on Brother Bear. He worked on so many different movies at Disney. And he is currently working on his own project called Snow Bear. He is independent. Another animator who worked at Disney and is now independent is James Lopez, and he is currently working on his series called Hullabaloo. Um, and feel free to go check out these guys on YouTube as well. They have a lot of behind the scenes and you actually learn a lot from them. I love to watch their videos. I learn a lot from them. Then you have Andrew Chesworth, who created The Brave Locomotive. And so there's professional Disney animators who left Disney and is now working on their own projects. And then another case study that proves my theory is myself. I have my own streaming platform and I create my own animations, and that's how I earn an income from my own animations as well. So I've gone completely independent and I am making a living off my animation projects. And so you may say, okay, but what is the counter argument? Why do we still need studios? Why can't you make it as an independent? Well, I think the first one is, well, your projects won't be featured in theaters, cinema theaters, or on large streaming platforms like Netflix or Disney Plus or Amazon Prime. And yes, that is true. But again, if you work at a large Disney studio and your animation, you only animate a certain aspect of that film. It's not your story. Not all the animation is your animation, and you only get a small salary um, for working on that film. And you work on that film, and once that film is done, you hope you get appointed for another project. You might be unemployed. So even though you work for that film, um, it doesn't it doesn't guarantee an income for you as well. And so that's the other counter argument is financial incentive. Yes, if you work at a studio, you get a salary, but even that salary isn't guaranteed in the long term because you might not be appointed on a next project once the current one is finished. So if you work for yourself, you can generate your own income in so many different ways with YouTube monetization. There's so many different ways that you can monetize your work, and you own everything. And so, if I can just summarize everything quickly, there's no better time to become an animator or independent animator like now. We don't need large studios. You can be successful as an independent animator because of the software that is available. Available, all the platforms. You've got YouTube. There's so many different ways you can monetize your animations. There's festivals. You are your own boss. That is so important, and the possibilities are endless. There's so much you can do. You can branch off your story and create merchandise, and there's so many things you can do, and everything, all the money, all the income goes to you. So if you want to learn more about going independent, I created the ebook and it's on my website. I'll put a link down below if you are interested. And I'll also add if you use Studio as your promo code, you will get 10% discount on that ebook as well. So go check it out. Just to be a little bit spiteful, we use Studio as your promo code to get 10% off on that ebook. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to become an independent animator? Do you want to create your own stories? Do you have a story that you want to tell? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And so from me, Eon, I will see you guys next week with another video. So God bless and happy animating.